My name is Michael Loughran and welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to make this channel for a couple reasons. First of all, I subscribe to many different channels, mainly to do with current events, news, and politics. And really, I just wanted to have a conversation with people who are similarly interested in the subjects I'm interested in. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in England. And I lived there until I was 4 years old. I was born in North London. My dad and mom were both also born in England. My grandmother is Jamaican. So British Caribbean heritage, but moved to Canada when I was 4 years old and lived there for most of my life until I was 28. Then I worked in the south in Miami, near Miami Beach. Now I live in Budapest, Hungary. So I'm back in Europe, been able to visit home in England and all over Europe again, which is great. So a lot of travel, a lot of different jobs, and certainly a lot of really positive experiences with that. Now, in terms of my background, I went to school for political science. I specialized in international relations and political science. That's really my focus, and people throw around the term news junkie a lot, and then you speak to them and they really only watch maybe one station and maybe get all their news from a specific source. I'm really the definitive news junkie. I probably consume about 5 to 6 hours of news a day. I probably read about 100 to 150 articles a day, and I really look at all different types of news source. So I do watch some of your favorites like CNN, but I also watch RT, Al Jazeera, BBC in terms of my visual content, and then I follow all sorts of alternative media from Lionel Nation to even Alex Jones and InfoWars, We Are Change, Stéphane Molyneux. I really look at as much different content as I can, and then I sort of inform my opinion that way. I really don't want to speak to anyone or speak about anything without really seeing both sides of the argument, and a lot of people in this day and age are really polarized, or even if they're center-right or center-left in terms of their general philosophy or sort of where they fall in policy, you'll see that they're sort of always colored with a specific lens. So to give some history on sort of my political engagements, I have worked on campaigns before in Canada, and also I've worked on a presidential campaign in the US. I predominantly worked as an outreach coordinator. I've worked as a field officer, organizing teams, volunteers, and in Canada specifically, I've worked on municipal, provincial, and federal campaigns, as well as federal leadership campaigns, which means picking the candidate, essentially like going to the RNC or the DNC, so sort of that pre-campaign, but for a specific party. Prior to that, I actually worked in charity, so I was a professional fundraiser for a couple different charities in Toronto that are international, and I focused a lot on major gifts and really sponsorship for big programs. But really in terms of things that I really like currently and what my hobbies and my passions are, without a doubt is current events, international relations, geopolitical strategy, geopolitics, news, historical news as well, and having context on, and I don't mean history, but I mean the historical context of news. But again, I really want to keep this channel really open-ended. I want to keep a dialogue with hopefully, my 10 or 100 or 1,000 plus subscribers and find out what's going to interest you. I will also do periodically, if I get people that are interested in NGOs or nonprofits or charities, you can send me a link to a charity or an idea for a charity that you want me to cover. And I'll probably set forth sort of an evaluation process where also I will definitely do some individual profiles. Certainly in my next few videos, I will cover some specific people in the media. We'll see where the channel takes us. I really want to just get this out there so I can start the channel and start to send out some videos every day. And I really hope that you'll send in some comments and ask about specific things that are happening. Sort of to wrap up, thanks for watching this video if you see it. I will post a second video very shortly just to give some content for the channel so you can have an idea of my style. And this one is really just to say hi, and please do follow, subscribe, send to your friends if you think that this is a journey you might want to come on with me. This is going to be Michael Loughran, me as a person, talking to you about the things that interest me, and I hope that you find it interesting, and I hope that you will join me for the next couple videos and see if you want to continue to do so. So thank you very much, and I look forward to chatting with you in the comment sections. Thanks again. Bye.